straight off. Let me take a look at what do you got. I'm pulling to the speculation station a lot. Speculation station.
Hello everybody. Hello. This is the Speculation Station podcast. I'm Will, I'm today's interrogator.
Not invigilator this time.
Or instigator. I've brought along an object that this guy doesn't know about.
Now, I'm called Tom, and I'm this week's speculator.
You are called Tom and you are the speculator.
Yes.
You're going to speculate on the object that I've brought, and then we'll talk about it.
And we'll just sort of talk and stuff, which is what we do.
It's a relaxed format. Purposefully.
Right.
You ready for the object?
Yeah, I feel under pressure.
Eyes closed.
Right.
Now, I'm going to put it on the table, and I want you to put your hands on it. Now, you won't be able to guess what the actual object is really from feeling it. But tell us what you feel for the audience at home.
I feel like there's a box with something that slides out inside.
Slide it out. You're going to need that in a minute.
It's like a book.
Give it a shake. See what you feel in here. Shake it in the other dimension, yeah. He's got a very happy face.
This is a lot of fun. It's generating a lot of joy.
What do you get from that?
I get that I'm shaking an object. It's like, it feels like there's a little abacus-like thing of sliders inside. Maybe there's some toys. Maybe it's a toy.
Okay, you've blindly speculated enough. Open up your eyes. Lego!
It's a Lego spaceship as well!
More than that, so my brother got me this for Christmas a few years ago.
Oh my gosh.
It's a kind of book collection. It's great Lego sets. Takes you through from the very first Lego sets up till more modern ones. And it comes with this little, what do they call it? Micro-scale space cruiser. I've never opened this, so you're the first person to go into this. And what I want you to do during the podcast is I'd like you to build the micro space cruiser.
Oh, good luck with that. I'm going to build what the hell I want. Yeah.
Well, you can build the space cruiser first, please. Oh, well, maybe it's more interesting for you to build it. That's a great sound.
Okay.
That's the main bag, and there's a little smaller bag with smaller...
Which I will leave for a moment.
Do you think you're going to build a space cruiser or something entirely of your own creation?
It's going to be space related for sure.
Okay, what I'll do is
fun.
I'll just move everything else out of the way. There's a little piece in that, by the way, you've missed. Good lad.
A little clicky bit.
Okay. Now, I'm going to start asking my personal question before I ask any deck questions. Yes. When did you last... No. Did you play with Lego as a kid?
Of course.
Did you... Now, we're both... Well, you're an older brother and I'm a younger brother. Did you play Lego with your brother?
I did indeed, quite heftily. We played together. We in fact built an entire sort of extended universe. You know, in the field of the Marvel universes these days.
Oh, in that vein.
Yeah, in that vein where there was a whole universe. We had sort of good guys, bad guys. You know, that kind of thing. There were laser guns. I think people lived on an island.
Oh.
But there was also temple space planets.
I was going to say, what was the theme? What was the biome?
Was it whatever?
Whatever.
Well, look, we had Incas as well and pirates,
space people.
It was kind of everything you could possibly imagine mashed together.
My brother and I, so we would wake up on weekend mornings, or rather, I'd wake up quite early, and I'd go and pester my brother because all the Lego was in his room. And it was all in big drawers under his bed. And we created a kind of space universe. We had different space bases, and we would use the tiny kind of see-through, colour-luminescent pieces as currency, trade them with each other and trade for pieces that we needed, and then we'd have big space battles and just basically destroy each other's sets, which was enormous fun.
There was a lot of that. We actually, one of the games we did, we got a couple of our characters to build sort of like big, strong vehicles.
Oh, yes.
You know, that were really tough, and we'd smash those vehicles together, and the idea was to build it as tough as possible, so it couldn't come apart. So it was there was basically a solid lump of Lego, okay, that would gradually like fray and pull apart.
That's amazing. So the winner was the person with the most intact thing after the end of that?
Yeah, kind of. I can't remember the specifics, to be quite honest with you.
Might not have been so strict.
No, but there was a lot of smashing. That was definitely one of the games we also built because I was into the First World War at the time, because we were learning about it at school, I imagine. We built like kind of space trenches on temple planets, like where we'd have like I think the bad guys were like religious people who were obsessed with pollution or something. There was a pretty complex mythology.
There was a message as well.
Yeah. And
you could have run your own Saturday morning cartoon.
We had this like little Lego spaceman, and he came from a place called Blob. Right, but get this, it was Mars, it was the inside of Mars.
Ooh.
Blob. I have no idea why that was the case, but that's something that stuck with me. For some reason there was this, which the internal of Mars reversed the other way around, was a different place.
And what, in your opinion, is the most fun part of Lego?
Building whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah, that's it.
That's why I'm not going to build this spaceship.
Well, maybe what we did as kids, when we bought a new Lego set, we would build the exact set we bought. When that's done, you go, oh, that's nice, and then you break it apart, and it goes into all the Lego you have, and you make whatever you want out of it. I will just say, in terms of nomenclature, I think Americans say Legos.
They do. Which
And maybe even Legos, play Legos, maybe.
They might do, that rings a bell, for sure.
In the UK, we just say Lego singular. Play Lego, use Lego, this is Lego as a...
Yeah, it's an uncountable.
That's it.
For us. But
yeah, we wouldn't say a Lego, you'd have to say a Lego piece, I guess. Although there are names for all these pieces. There are specific names for all these pieces.
That doesn't surprise.
And do you know what you call an adult who enjoys Lego?
An awesome, normal human being.
Well, sure. They actually have a name for it. It's AFOL. It's adult fan of Lego. I believe I'm correct. If I'm wrong, please correct me, audience.
Yes. Use your Googles.
That's enough from me. Well, it's not enough from me. It's never enough from me, but it's enough from my own...
It's often enough from you.
Mental question. I'm going to ask one from the deck.
Mental question?
Oh, this is a good one to get you started. Do you like this?
Yes!
Of course you do.
I'm playing with Lego! How can I not like this? I mean, what's not to like about playing with... I've got all these little shiny bits, and I'm smashing over the deck, making noise, okay, it's got texture, I can rub my nose against it, it's got colours, it's in space. I mean, what is not to like?
And at this juncture, let me have a quick look at what you've built so far. It's taking on a space fighter look. I love these hinge pieces.
I don't know what they're for in reality.
So he's made hinge pieces on the wings. There's forward-facing guns, and it has a rather sleek look about it so far, but I'll let you get further before we take a look at that. Okay, good.
Good, yes.
Ooh, it's an interesting question from the deck.
Oh, gosh.
Could you use it in the dark? And I guess what we mean is, could you build Lego in the dark? Could you build something cool in the dark? Just by feeling the Lego? He's doing it now. He's got his eyes closed, everyone.
Not very well.
You kind of can. I mean, you're not done a great job.
You can feel your way in. I imagine if you were blind, and I don't want to assume what life is like for a blind person, of course, you could feel the pobs and the little divots.
Yeah.
And you could, sort of work it out where it might go and sort of go, does this work? Does this feel right? But the answer is, I'd find it tremendously irritating and difficult.
And for most of us, half the joy is seeing what you're doing, of course.
Yeah, of course. But if anyone can do it, I'd be very impressed. And maybe there's a challenge to the person who is able to do that kind of thing.
It's interesting that you mention blind people, because the little bobbles and nobbles on Lego are very akin to Brail. Again, from an inexpert point of view, from someone who's not blind. So I wouldn't be surprised if a blind person could quite happily work their way around a Lego set.
I can't see it because it's almost Braille-esque.
I'm going to ask you another one. Oh, rather than a question, it's a wild card.
Oh, rubbish.
Now, this is going to be an interesting one. The wild card is called gastronomy.
Oh.
Do you remember what the gastronomy card asks you to do?
In the form of a recipe?
Yes, answer the next question in the form of a recipe.
Okay, well,
let's
find
see what
out
the question
if that's
is.
possible.
Ha! The question is, and you have to answer this question as if it were a recipe, should this be illegal? Good luck.
Now, first of all, before we start this recipe, you've got to know that it's going to taste very bad in your mouth.
Oh, interesting.
So, first of all, I'd like to say we'll go to the method.
Methods.
So we'll go to the ingredients first. Ingredients Lego,
and
Lego, and imagination.
Ah. And what is the illegality of this recipe?
So, as we go to, in terms of legality, as you go to the method, I think it'd be very simple. The first thing you want to do is start with a pile of Lego.
Okay, good.
Very nice.
Good start to the recipe.
Start with a pile of Lego. Get your pile of Lego together. Okay, and then start sticking bits on. Okay, and because you're doing that, it should obviously not be illegal.
Oh, I see what you've done there. I don't envy your position. That is a tricky question. Whoever came up with these should be shot on sight.
Yes.
Okay. Another question from the deck. When would this object be most popular?
When you're a kid.
Oh, that's interesting.
I think that's the obvious one. Even though us adults, myself especially, would love this kind of thing and do love playing with this kind of thing, I think the issue is, as an adult, that's when you're going to get the most joy of it because you get time.
I was going to say the same thing. You have time to play with it.
To just play and play.
And also
and play.
time to do absolutely nothing else other than play, indeed.
Yeah, and just mess around. Okay, and stick bits on bits like I'm doing now. Bits on bits and more bits.
When you say that, as I mentioned, we have AFOLs, adult fans of Lego. Isn't there something to be said for the fact that an adult fan of Lego has, some time, but they have the resources that you can buy as much Lego as you want?
I mean, that is key. I'm not going to doubt that, if I could get more Lego than I currently have, I would be supremely happy.
Yeah, as a kid, if I could have bought my own Lego.
And just the idea of having Lego in a general sense is just so much fun. If I had the time now, to sit down and play Legos as I'm doing now. Okay,
play Legos, yeah, sure, you bet.
You bet.
Did you ever use Lego Technic?
Yes, but we actually mixed it in with a normal Lego, and just.
It's very useful for certain mechanical parts.
Yeah, yes, those little clip-in bits.
Because this piece here with a hole in the middle, that's akin to Lego Technic.
That is Lego Technic.
It is, okay.
And you plug those little bits in.
Shafts and crankshafts and what have you.
Yeah, and those little turny bits.
For me, the problem with Lego Technic by itself was that it was too specific and too technical compared to Lego itself, which is just imaginative. You just do whatever you want.
Yeah, and the problem also was the people were the wrong size. You had those big gangly people.
The scale
That's not a Lego person.
You're right, the scale is
wrong.
Off. But as you say, Technic can be incorporated into normal Lego sets for some really interesting designs.
So it's worth adding in a few packs of Lego Technic to your Lego collection.
Okay, that's good advice for the audience.
Yeah, just in case you were thinking of expanding your Lego collection anytime soon.
Let's quickly check in on your progress with your Lego creation. There's some interesting bits going on. It's developing texture. Now the hinges have now got what looks like guns on,
and gimbals.
They're gimbal guns that fire immediately forwards and any arc radius out to their sides.
They're not very efficient now I think about it.
But to be honest, you can fire straight ahead, you can deliver broadsides, and you can shoot directly behind. So I'm not going to knock your creation. What I'd like to see more for the end of the episode is a bit more humanified structure, a bit more human scale to it. I know we don't have a human Lego piece in this, but I want to be able to imagine that a guy could sit in that, or at least people could be in the crowd.
Working on it. Yeah.
Good. Okay. In which
mind if I call you sir?
Please, I don't mind. I actually require you to call me sir. Oh, the next card from the deck is another wild card. Now this is going to be interesting. It's indefinite, which requires you to answer the next question without.
Oh gosh.
Definite articles.
Definite article.
By which we mean the.
Yes.
So you're going to answer this next question.
That's why I removed definite article.
Oh, because you're actually not even saying that already. Yeah. Oh no. It's another wild card. We're going to add this to the wild card pot. So it's wild card quickfire. Answer the next 5 questions in 30 seconds each. I'm going to pull 5 questions off the deck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All 5 of these must be answered without the word. Oh, well, really, the first one could be answered without the, and then the rest of the 4 could be. But I'd like you to try and do all 5 of them without the.
Okay.
And within 30 seconds each. I'm going to time you with my excellent watch, which is actually working, thankfully. In 3, 2, 1. First question, would we miss it if it was gone?
Yes.
Why?
Because we need it to be happy.
Okay. Next question. Could a child use it?
Yes, and they would have the greatest time ever.
You just said that. I'm taking away minus 10 points.
Rubbish. Okay.
Next question. Where would this be useful?
In a space station, or in fact, in space when you're traveling to Mars.
Yes.
You would have trouble. You'd be bored, so you would need something to entertain you.
Good. No definite article within the time limit. The 4th one. Is it political?
Hopefully not, but I bet you could make it so if you wished.
I bet people could turn into
people can make anything they want.
I totally agree indeed, yes. Okay, your last question, and it's a wild card, so we're going to do another question after this. Personal space. Answer the next question uncomfortably close to the mic.
I'm ready.
Here we go.
Okay.
So your last question, it's another wild card. Foley. Answer the next question with sound effects.
Got it.
Sound effects, no word the. And you're going to be uncomfortably close to the mic. Right. You've got 30 seconds to do it. Should I put this in my mouth?
The answer is, of course, yes.
What about children? They'll choke on it. Oh, he's actually doing it. Oh, please. No one will listen to this if we keep doing that. I feel like I need to quit as well. I mean, kids will put it in their mouth. Oh, here are the sound effects. He's firing the guns. Excellent. I don't believe there was a definite article in there. If you noticed one, audience, please let us know. Well done. You had about 5 wild cards on there.
I feel good.
And the ship is taking great shape now. I think we'll have maybe 1 or 2 last questions, and then you'll be done. Would you be happy using this every day?
Yes.
Why?
Because I think it would. Maybe it's a form of like meditation. Maybe it's a form of relaxation. Yeah, it's a form of if you need a bit of creative energy used in your day, this could be it.
Should we encourage people to use this more?
I think we should encourage adults to play Lego almost all the time. Okay.
Quick question about that then, because when I was a kid, my imagination ran riot. I'd pretend that the underneath of my bunk bed was a spaceship, and
Yeah, this is all good stuff.
my pillow was a motorbike. Whatever you want. Do you feel like your imagination is all but gone compared to your childhood?
No.
No, you've still got a lot of it.
I think it was easier when you're a child because it's just all there. Everything's new and you're connecting ideas. But there's parts of it that are easier as an adult, which is just that general ability to sort of learn from what you've done. Now you're an adult. You've learned from all the mistakes you've made as a kid. You could have made as a kid.
That's true.
You continue to learn. You continue to change things. You continue to add things to your techniques. You continue to try new things out. So yeah, life as a kid was easy, and should use it as a kid, of course. But I think as an adult, it just gets better if you
That's
want
an interesting point. I certainly feel that you're right that imagination came easier as a kid,
Yeah.
and that it requires a bit more conscious effort as an adult.
Yeah, and maybe some inebriation of various kinds.
Okay.
It sort of sometimes helps. Or going for a walk you often makes you imaginative. Think about that.
You've got time
or
to think.
just or going somewhere you've never been before.
Yes.
Like if you're on a ship, your imagination goes wild because you're looking at the sea and it sort of smashing around in front of you. If I went into space, my imagination would improve massively.
I'll never come back.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to give you one last question, and you'll have this last question in which to finish your pieces off.
My little pieces.
Now, this isn't quite open-ended. The question is, why is it this shape?
Ooh.
And there's lots of different shapes.
So
of
it
Lego.
plugs together.
I mean, that's pretty good, yes.
So that's the basic thing. So it's fun. And the basic brick, which we actually have none of the basic bricks here,
You're
which
right,
is really
yeah.
interesting. But, the basic classic Lego brick with the 6 pobs, and the...
Are you calling
Yeah, what do you call this?
I don't know, to be honest.
Connecting point? I mean, it's like... I'm thinking rigor mortis. What is it?
He's going to have to come up with it quite quickly.
It's gone. Okay, it's gone.
Pop is fine, or pobble.
But, it's kind of... Oh, tongue and groove. It's kind of like tongue and groove.
That's true, it is.
Kind of, but it's not tongue and groove at all.
If our audience knows what these bits of Lego are called, the bits that stick out to which you attach
I'm
the bits.
going with pobs because it sounds right.
It does actually sound right, although it sounds right to a British person. An American person might not
Probably
like
goes,
the word pob.
what the hell are you talking about?
Pab.
Yes.
All right, I'm going to let you put on your last couple of bits as you're doing now,
Yeah.
and then I will examine your Lego creation as the invigilator, interrogator, instigator. Oh, it's coming apart. Don't panic. Whatever you do, don't panic. All right.
Wait,
One last bit.
that'll have to do.
Okay. I'm going to inspect it. So, we've got what bears a striking resemblance to, a space fighter. That's it. And actually, it doesn't bear a different resemblance to the thing that's on the front cover, in which case you haven't really used your imagination very well. I like the fact that there are 1, 2, 3, 4 moving parts. There are
That
4
was the
moving
aim.
parts, so that is always fun. It's got good coloration. It's mainly blue, with these red, greeny coloured lights on it, and the hinged guns are very clearly guns. I like that. I know.
Well, they could be communications arrays. You never know if we believe in peace and love, which we don't.
So
'cause that's
lame. Well, fair credit to Lego the company. They never released army soldiers or tanks or anything like that because they didn't want to explicitly give kids warlike, aggressive objects.
But they released spaceships with guns all over them.
Yeah, but that's fine because spaceships with guns don't exist in our world. I think I do agree with it.
Yeah, that's a fair point.
And kids want guns,
I mean, yeah, literally kids.
I like this tiny little red kind of handle object at the back in case you need to tow it or clip something on. Maybe a
I
cargo
wasn't really sure what was
train.
going on there, and this I was thinking that you could put a reel or some kind of sort of like tether situation,
Oh,
like a winch,
okay.
so you could wrap a wire around there.
So it could be quite a functional ship
I was thinking functional,
rather than perfectly aggressive.
it looks like for one guy.
I'm going to score your ship apples out of peppers.
Oh, so 1,000,000 points.
Oh, if that's how you want to interpret it, sure.
Yeah, I do.
Okay. Well, we'll leave it there for today. Thanks for speculating and building Lego.
I think it was a fantastic object. I did not expect. So
And it makes you want to play Lego, doesn't it?
I just want to play Lego, and you guys should all go play Lego. We're not affiliated with the Lego company in any way, shape, or form.
Although Lego, you could send us free Lego. That'd be pretty sweet.
Yeah, if you want to send us free Lego, we'll play.
I'll
with
take it. Sure. So, thank you for joining us for another Speculation Station podcast episode. I've been Will, the interrogator. He's been
Tom, the speculator.
That's correct.
And the Lego builder, I will say.
Oh, you've been a good man. I kind of quite envious that you got to build Lego today.
I know, it was your Lego as well.
I know. I didn't get to do this, but I will do. And we will see you at the next Speculation Station podcast episode. So until next time, goodbye, everyone.
Goodbye.com.
And goodbye.com. Clinker glasses.
Hashtag something. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Speculation Station.